Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm an alcoholic.
I'm Mark.
I'm Mark.
Would Joel kindly start us off by reading the Preamble of Alcoholics Anonymous? Let me introduce Joel, one of our panel members. Joel is representing the clergy today. Rather, I should say, I am blessed to introduce Holy Joel Holstein, mega church pastor and world-renowned bingo impresario, founder of Holy Holstein's Hamburger Haven, plenary indulgence in every bite. Put your hands together for Reverend Holstein.
Thank you, Mark. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, breaking hope with each other that they may solve their common problems and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is the desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting for our own contribution. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization, or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics achieve sobriety.
Once again, I'm happy to welcome everyone to our panel discussion. Is a belief in God necessary for long-term recovery in AA? We are fortunate to have two panel members who have extensive experience and expertise in the treatment of alcoholism and drug addiction, while employing advanced spiritual methods. And we are delighted to have a very well-known author in the field with us, too. I'm delighted to begin with renowned recovery author, Jackie Black. Her contributions to the recovery literature are too numerous to list, but two of her titles have been sold millions of copies and have spent many weeks atop the New York Times bestsellers list. A Practical Approach to the Sixth and Seventh, How to Drop the Rock and Pick Up Men, and Enhanced Expansion of Consciousness via Mindful Yodeling, an 11th Step Guide. Say hi to Jackie, my favorite recovery author. Finally, we are fortunate to have the preeminent mind in the emerging field of probing the psychosexual inner reaches of alcoholics to stimulate the subconscious union with extraterrestrial beings, Professor Helmut Schnitzel. He holds an endowed chair at the Austrian Center for the Study of Addictive Diseases and the Vienna Boys Choir. Let's hear it for Dr. Schnitzel. Isn't that just wonderful? Now let's get down to brass tacks. Helmut has agreed to begin this afternoon with some prepared remarks about alcoholism by Sigmund Freud, who is considered by many to be the spiritual crazy uncle of AA. Get with it, Helmut.
Thank you. It is clear that the alcoholic is driven by powerful forces residing in the id of his psyche. He is fixated in the oral stage, replacing the mouth of the whiskey bottle for the nipple of the mother. Hence, his unquenchable thirst for alcohol, which to him is the same as mother's milk. He is also trying to suppress his dark desire to murder his father and sleep with his mother.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't we begin with the Serenity Prayer?
Yes. Yes. Just a minute there, Helmut, before we get too deep into that shit. A lot of people here are used to beginning with the Serenity Prayer, so let's do that now. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
I'm here! Rejoice! Rejoice, everyone!
Excuse me. You are disturbing something here. Can you hold on while we finish this?
No, you want to make me wait? Me? For you? Do you know who I am? Do you know why I'm here?
No. Can we please turn off that fanfare? Thanks. I imagine, since you are here, that you must be an alcoholic?
No, I'm God. I'm required to show up wherever two or three are gathered together in my name. So here I am in the midst of you. And frankly, let me tell you, these AA meetings have been a pain in the ass, zipping all over the goddamn planet. I'm so grateful for Zoom. You push a button, click join, there I am. Anyway, you have heard of me, haven't you?
Wait, I didn't think you existed. Aren't you something that we people made up?
What do you mean, people made me up? No, I made people. I'm the creator of heaven and earth and all you people. I am the supreme being, ruling over all men and women. Aren't you glad I'm here? I've shown up and you're supposed to be awestruck and dumbfounded.
We're always glad when anyone new shows up. You are the most important person here.
Yeah. Of course, I know I'm the most important one here. But I'm not sure you can refer to me as a person.
Wait a minute. You're saying you're the most important person or whatever, but isn't that a bit grandiose? That's for us to say, not you.
I am not grandiose. I'm just me. And I am the most important person in the universe. That is a fact, lady.
What about humility?
No, humility's for you people on earth, not for me. Hummus means earth in Latin, a language I invented, by the way. Don't you remember any of it? Anyway, I just happen to be better than all you earthly people. Everyone, that's it. That's all.
Just hold on for 1 minute, Buster. What makes you better? You sound like a grandiose blowhard. Some of us might say you need a little ego trimming.
Oh yeah, want to try?
I must warn you that any damage to the ego is critical at this stage of God's development, can be highly dangerous.
We are here to break down our egos. How did you get to be God? Who made you God? Was there a selection process? Was the election properly certified?
Nobody made me Grod, but
Wait a minute. Did I hear you say God or Grod? Is your name Grod? Is that what you call yourself?
That's right, Grod.
What's with that? I've never heard of Grod.
Once again, I must interrupt. I respectfully submit that he should be allowed to call himself whatever he wants. After all, this is an anonymous program, so why would names matter?
That's right, Helmut. We don't mind what he calls himself. He could be Julius Caesar for all we care.
No. Let me explain. See, there are so many characters calling themselves God. Every religion has its own God, right? So I want to distinguish myself from all these pesky gods. I want to be special, you know?
Oh, terminal uniqueness, eh? You can't just be a garden variety god?
Please don't be antagonistic to him. He sounds highly unstable. We are just agnostics, not antagonistics.
Thanks, Helmut. Go on, God or Grod.
Well, in all humility, I have to say I didn't come up with the name myself. See, the drunken Vikings called me that many years ago, and I kind of liked it. I love those guys getting hammered, sailing all over the Arctic and North Atlantic in these shitty wooden boats. They get sappy drunk and then say, "Oh, Grod, spare us from this storm. We won't pillage any more monasteries." Yeah, those were the days, huh?
Okay, so those drunken Vikings mispronounced your name, but you had appointed yourself God before that, hadn't you? Why did you make yourself the supreme being? Why couldn't you just be ordinary like all of us?
Yeah, sounds like a compensation for low self-esteem.
Don't you people realize that the delusion of uniqueness is necessary to prevent a total ego collapse? Please be careful here. We have to go slowly.
Grod, we're not attacking you. We just want to know why. I'm sorry. We just want to know why you want people to sing your praises all the time. Does that come from insecurity?
I am not insecure, lady. I do not have low self-esteem. In fact, I'm in charge of everything. I'm omnipotent. I have unlimited power. So why would I be insecure, huh?
Please, I implore you, do not try to batter him down here. I have openings in my schedule. He can come to see me daily for I would say 2 years, and I can cure him.
Helmut, he is God. He can take it. He's been dishing it out for years, God or Grod. Does it not bother you that not everyone acknowledges your dominance? We are agnostics, atheists, and free thinkers here, you know.
Oh, agnostics and atheists, huh? Hey, let me know. Did I create you? I don't remember. Why would I create non-believers, huh?
Perhaps you wanted to create a challenge for yourself. While part of you wants total power, there is a subconscious desire for boundaries, for limits.
But Helmut, he says he wants to be in charge of everything. That sounds like a control freak to me. We've read about people like you. In fact, there is a part in each of us, just like you. The director who wants to set the stage, organize the actors.
But you see, this is entirely natural. Freud calls it the king baby syndrome, or His Majesty's the baby.
We're all king babies. Grod, you will have some competition here among us alcoholics. We all want to get our way.
God, are you a control freak?
This feeling of omnipotence, this oceanic feeling, it is the sublimation of a desire to return to the womb. The problem is there is no womb, no mother.
Hush! Stop bringing my mother into this. No, I'm not trying to control people. I let people decide for themselves. I've given them freedom of choice.
But then you punish them if they don't make the choice you want. That does not sound like freedom of choice at all.
Yeah, like giving them freedom of speech and then putting them in jail for what they say. In North Korea, they have freedom of speech too, but no freedom after the speech.
Boy, you are an exceptionally hostile crowd, I have to say. I came here thinking that if I came to an AA gathering, you'd all be so grateful and awed by my presence. You'd say, oh, he's a gift. He's an undeserved gift, an act of grace. So why don't you be appropriately grateful and kneel to me?
Kneel to you? Huh. Too bad you wandered into an AA gathering of agnostics and free thinkers.
But am I not your higher power? Do you not acknowledge that I have given the power to grant you sobriety and would, if I were asked? Doesn't it say so in your book?
Well, maybe for some, but most people here don't believe that you exist.
Well, what am I then? Chopped liver? Do you know when the big book was written, I was assured I would be the official AA conference approved God? I am the official AA God, and you better accept it. No cheap copies should be accepted. Even the big book put a passage in about me, the creator.
Oh yeah, that chapter to agnostics. We call that the bait and switch chapter. Most of us here hate that chapter. We thought it would say something meaningful to us, but all it does is try to convince us that we're stupid for not believing in God's existence.
Oh, for God's sake, my sake. How do you think life came to be?
Oh, that has been explained by Darwin. We do not need to postulate your existence.
Okay, then how did the universe come to be?
Haven't you heard of the Big Bang? We don't need you there either. Stephen Hawking took care of that. He said the universe had no choice but to become into being.
Well, that's stupid. I did smite the Stephen Hawking guy. I created the universe. Who do you think created the Big Bang?
Okay, if we accept that you created the Big Bang, that helps nothing, explains nothing. The next question becomes, who created you? Actually, we don't believe you existed before the Big Bang. Nothing existed. Even the notion of existence didn't exist.
Oh my God, that is too mind-boggling even for me to comprehend. How come you got sober? Did you get yourself sober or did a higher power, me of course, get you sober? Don't you see that as an act of grace from me?
His megalomaniac delusions serve a purpose. Be careful about dismantling them, however, before you understand the psyche of this Grod.
Oh, save it for your blog, Helmut. Grod, if you have the ability to decide who gets sober and who gets drunk, why'd you allow us to become drunkards in the first place?
Well, mysterious are my ways, I guess.
Mysterious my foot. Chaotic, unpredictable, and perverted, if you ask me. I don't think even you know why you do what you do. Why do you want so much power over people?
I tell you, it feels good to have power.
You see, this behavior is entirely normal. I tell you, just get him to come to my office. God, do you carry any medical insurance? Even if you are Medicare, I will take you.
Wait, Helmut, you're not allowed to sell products or services at AA meetings. Grod, you might have power over your believers, but here you are just another guy in the diner. So take a seat and don't disrupt the meeting.
Wait a minute here. Aren't you grateful for your sobriety? Go ahead and thank me for your sobriety. And if you do that, I'll say, you're welcome.
I'm thankful for my sobriety, but I'm not thankful to you or any entity. I am personally thankful to the fellowship of AA and all the people who have gone out of their way to help me. Some people may be grateful to you, but not me. As far as I'm concerned, you're the one that threw me into the shithole of this disease. The people of AA are the ones that helped me out of that hole.
Oh, that really pisses me off. Now I am feeling unacknowledged and rejected.
Maybe you're feeling sad. Anger is always a cover-up for fear and sadness. I think you should do a 4-step inventory and understand where your anger and resentment are coming from.
Oh, look, you guys, this isn't fair. You're not following the directions in the big book. I specifically dictated those directions to Bills and others.
Yes, some people have said it was divinely inspired. If you dictated it to some poor wretched soul, no wonder it's full of praise for you. I'm surprised you haven't put in the big book that every AA meeting ought to send 10% of its collection to you.
Hey, that's a good idea. I never thought of that. What a great idea.
Why would you need money?
Okay, I got a confession to make. I like to go shopping.
I have myself successfully treated many shopaholics. You must make an appointment quickly before you get into trouble.
No, I'm not addicted. I just enjoy shopping a lot. It's a stress reliever.
I am also a specialist in treating acute stress disorders. And like I said, I accept Medicare, Medicaid, and almost all major insurance policies.
Helmut, stop peddling your services. Grod, what are you stressed about?
Are you kidding? Do you know how many prayers and appeals I get every day? God, get me out of this shithole, and I promise, blah, 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 blah. You don't know how many complaints I get about other people and requests for punishment. I hardly get any time to myself.
I know you like to give consequences. Have you thought of delegating?
But who would I delegate to? Whom?
How about a toll-free number?
Believe me, I tried that. I set up a call center in India. Those damn Hindus don't understand the notion of repentance. Yeah, they got no sin in their culture, their religion. It was a disaster. Everybody who called got confused.
Yes, it's true. I have studied the Hindu religion at great length. Their gods have not tried to tell humans how to be or how to behave. There is no notion of sin or of disobeying God.
That why they have these temples with carvings of couples engaged in various positions? No guilt.
Much of my practice deals with people's guilt about their sexual impulses. I could never make a living in a non-Christian society.
Maybe you should actually work for a living. Now, getting back to being overworked, why don't you appoint an assistant god or name someone as co-god?
No, I don't want to lose my power, damn it.
You know how much relief there is in giving up power and admitting powerlessness?
That is impossible. Powerlessness is not something I can relate to.
Wait, I'm still curious about your shopping habit. What do you shop for?
Oh, anything. I just love a good bargain.
Couldn't you just magically change the price tags?
Yeah, it'd be too easy. Take away the sport of it. But in particular, I kind of enjoy funky socks and funky hats, like this one. How do you like it?
Where do you wear your socks to? I thought you were more of a sandals guy. Plus, you don't actually walk anywhere, do you?
No. I simply translocate. But I love to wear my funky socks. I feel rich in them. It's not definable. Anyway, I'm Grod. I can dress any way I want. I want even to wear socks with sandals and stripes with plaids. I like polka dot boxers.
Don't your socks get wet when you walk on water?
I gave that up a long time ago, a cheap trick to impress people.
See, the desire to impress people is understandable because God believes that people's awe and belief are essential for his survival. Also, impressing is a technique for getting sexual favors. God, we haven't talked about your sexuality.
Oh my God, are you kidding? Who would I have sex with? Gods of other religions, they have goddesses to fool around with. But me, oh, I'm all alone.
Why couldn't you create a woman?
I did once, but she ran off with another guy, Adam. She found him more attractive, I guess. I think it was his fig leaf.
Okay, there's something else I've always wanted to ask you. When your believers pray to you for something, do you grant their wishes?
I only get to read and acknowledge like 2% of their prayers. There are too many believers these days.
So 98% of prayers go unattended?
I'm afraid so. It's a manpower issue. You know, I'm the only one here, right?
Then why do so many people believe that their prayers are answered?
It's one of those psychological things. The things they pray for either happen or don't happen. If they happen, well, then they credit me. If they don't happen, they figure I'm punishing them because they're sinners. Either way, my existence is never the question.
A common phenomenon, an example of expectation bias. Grod seems to be a skilled psychologist.
Psychologist? My ass. He's just a con man.
Not con man, con Grod.
You have a great scam going here in the name of religion.
Oh, yeah, and you think your AA is any different? AA takes credit for people who stay sober, and if they fail, then AA says, uh-oh, I guess they just weren't ready.
Wait, don't knock the AA program. There's one thing we hold sacred. It is this fellowship.
You think the fellowship's sacred, and yet you deny me the possibility that I, Grod, am sacred?
We are all sacred, but we don't consider any one person or entity more sacred than others.
Okay, changing the subject. God or Grod, I want to know, do you drink?
Of course. Drinking is part of many religious rituals many people hold in my name.
Wait, if you encourage drinking at your functions, what makes you the patron saint of AA?
Patron saint, schmatron saint. I am Grod himself.
Shouldn't you dissociate yourself from AA since you encourage drinking? I think the board of directors should have something to say about a drunken, mean, capricious, power-hungry, control freak, shopaholic running AA. Huh?
Be still! Be still and know that I am Grod! At ease. I was just kidding. I love doing that shit.
Since you're inside everyone's head anyway, shouldn't you be using your inside voice rather than shouting?
No, I wasn't shouting. I was just trying to be dominating.
So, domination of the world is one of your secret guilty pleasures. Rich material for our sessions.
Yeah, you have so many of us terrified of you. Thunderbolts and all that. Has it occurred to you that you are no different from a terrorist, using threats of death and hell to get people to do your will?
It is absolutely not fair to call me a terrorist. I am a loving God, you jackass. Hey, wait a minute, wait. I got a text. Sorry.
What? My son is your son. And I told you, the little snot was too young to get his own universe for Christmas.
Young. You're the one who's making a fool out of yourself trying to act young. Cavorting with those lusty mortals. And shaving your beard. That stupid mustache and disco haircut make you look like one of the village people.
Hey, I'm just trying to stay current here. Listen, you're my ever-loving wife, but you're also my sister. That's kind of weird. I gotta get a little side action here once in a while. Oh, sure enough, there he is. Aries, enter my presence.
Oh, come on, don't shout at him. He's a good boy. But son, you have been a little naughty.
Naughty? Naughty? You call starting a worldwide pandemic naughty? Oh, the little punk's really screwed it up this time. The world economy's in the toilet, the cruise ships aren't running, and the program people, they gotta go to these Zoom meetings.
Well, I hate to admit it, but your father has a point. You have abused your privileges. You know, after that bubonic thing, I thought we told you, plagues and mass extinctions, they're a no-no. And those Zoom meetings are yucky.
Quit with the baby talk, huh? He's what that psychiatrist guy would call an adolescent. And you know what? The last couple of millennia, he's been running around messing up the world like some 14-year-old mortal with a can of spray paint.
All right, calm down. I'll handle this. Dear mortals, The Father of the Gods and I want to apologize for the mischievousness of our child. We are going to discipline him by giving him a timeout. And we wish you well until he returns. Come on, Junior.
What? Your parents don't know that you've been playing with us?
Well, they did find out that once and they forbade me from playing here. They told me to leave you folks alone. Oh, but I'm so bored. I got nothing to do. You folks make me feel needed.
Aries!
Okay, Mom. Okay. Folks, I'm sorry. I gotta go.
Grant us one wish before you go.
What? Okay, make it quick, huh?
You get sober even though some of us don't believe you exist?
Okay. Yeah. I have to leave now. I'm gonna be in big trouble.
Wait, one last thing. Can we get rid of the prayer requirement in the big book?
Absolutely not. I tell you what. You don't have to pray to me. They can pray to their goddamn grandmother for all I care. Or a doorknob. See you later.
You hear that? That's significant. Today is a great victory for agnostics, atheists, and free thinkers. Spread the news. You can get sober in AA even if you don't believe in God or Grod or whatever. You don't even have to pay to Grod. Pray to Grod. Pray to Grod.
Does that mean we need to rewrite the big book?
That's never going to happen. This is just going to be our little secret. Now we have one more important announcement before we go. Have a safe and sober holiday,
everyone.
And God bless us, everyone.
I will.